All right, hey there, Sam with you here. Tuesday, March 6th, and I'm taking a look here now per members request here, as we do every day. We vote on it, and members have asked for an update here on Litecoin. So today we're doing Bitcoin and Litecoin. Now I've got here, this is Litecoin. This is a 4-hour Litecoin to the dollar on GDAX. And now we're going to dig in here. I know you can't see that very well, but I just want to just remind you that we're working off of the assumption here that we had a good low here. I had this counted as a truncated fifth, and just to remind you as to why we think that's a good low and would set up this move here. If I work from, I've shown this before. If we look here from right here. So here's the swing high to low. We go up to the 618. We come down, algo target, right? So here was the reaction, came back, tapped it again. So I have been trading this is our low, and you can see here from this, we start measuring on the way back to and through there. How about here? Well, there's the 50. And interestingly, now here, we've got the negative 23.6 here, but then of course we do have to deal with the all the way halfway back. Right, that's going to be resistance. I'm not saying that we can't get through it, but those are going to be resistance points on the way back up. Got to deal with them. Got to know they're there. Let me phrase it that way. So here, coming off this, now we've had this 5-wave structure, and it looks like we're putting in our second here. So with Bitcoin dropping a little bit today, this shouldn't be terribly surprising. So let's dig in here a little bit. I'll focus in on this section. We can see what we've got here. Now, I do have the median line on this. I've got a shift median line here. We can see we've come down 50% in price. And so we're looking for some potential targets down here where we get a confluence, where we might have some structural support. Could be here. We know we have good probability of making the median line, but considering we're here now, this is more likely heading, if we're going to get there, we have this confluence zone down here. So we have the golden zone from the swing low to high teed up here right where we've got the negative 23.6 from this pull from swing high to low, right? We did get through the 65, but we'll keep that there. There's reasonable probability that algos are still working from that. So we get this, as I've noted here with the hot box. We've got this zone down here that we'd be looking for. And in addition, we've got 100% here. Do you see in red? See if I wiggle that. Let's take that off here. So if I get this, if I can, do you see that 100% there? So if I put that, here, I'll draw it, I'll drag it over. So if I go the length of the A projected from the B, so I get this nice confluence here. So look how I get the negative 23.6 algo target, the 100% length of A projected from the B, and the 618 golden zone. I got a pretty fat target down here with the median line offering the market geometry. So if we come down here, and we come down here in 5, that I would tell you is a must take. That's your job as a trader. You got to take that trade. All right, so let's dig in here a little bit. So let's go down to the 1 hour. All right, we'll clean this up a little bit. We can, just in the interest of trying to get a better handle on this, and so it's easier for you to see, I'm going to take some of this stuff off. Okay, so what do we have potentially here? We don't need this now. So if we're coming down here, we know now we have our target marked there. So I can, so you see here's the 100. So if I take all of that off, now we dig in and say, well, where are we? What do we have going on here? Well, this certainly plays as an A wave. We can see the 3-wave structure here. So that's the tell. We've got a B in there. So if again, as I did before, swinging here, we know the B wave can go anywhere from the 50 to the 786. We hold. So if this is an A into a 3-wave B with nice subdivision, right? Everything's there. Then we would expect this to finish in, either impulsively or in a diagonal. Well, so could this potentially be our third going in? Well, it certainly is a candidate. So if we look here now, so we'd have 1 and 2 in. So by just swing low here, so 2 right to the 50, right by the book. There's the algo target just been hit. Nothing that you wouldn't have anticipated. So swing high to swing low to the 50, algo target hit. Do we react there? Do we get the reaction? Or we get through? Are we going to get to the second one? Well, remember now, if we're going to look at this and try and look for Elliott wave relationships, we're going to take the length of the 1 projected from the 2, and we get the high probability zone down here. right, which kind of stacks up with our target, but that would be potentially as the third here. Right, right. So that would imply potentially we have more downside to go. So we can't rule that out. So let's just see here. Now we don't nothing just because the 1618 is down here doesn't mean we must go there. That's just a contender as a target. This is valid here. The 127 and the 50 are lining up here. Here's the 100%, which would qualify it as a third right here. And we're not even there yet. So let's not get ahead of ourselves. If we just put a channel on it, as you might with any kind of wave count like this. So looking here. So this could play here. So we'll see what happens. There's the second algo target, the -618, lining up here at the 127. So we get a little cluster, a little confluence zone that sits right there. All right, so a candidate for the third. How will we know? Well, we got to see a 4 and a 5. Right? So we'll just wait until we get a pivot and a strong enough move off of a pivot. Should we get it in this neighborhood? We don't know. But should we get that, then we'll just pull 2 to 3 to swing here. We'll take the length of the third and look for a relationship in the fourth that would set us up going down to finish the C wave, to complete the second, to come into this nice confluence zone that we have right here. So all the possibility is right there. So is there a trade here right now? Well, I wouldn't be looking for I wouldn't be looking to trade the 3 to the 4. That I would not do. And I wouldn't, I'm not one to be shorting major cryptos like this, so I would not be selling 4 to 5. But I sure as hell would be looking to be a buyer down here on the possibility that I've got a 1-2. Now, if that's a 1-2, if I can get long in here, and we're talking, anywhere from 170 really to, 160, that would be the prime spot. I guess really down to 157-ish. That's your prime zone to get long. Now, so why is it worth messing with that? Well, if this is a 1. Right, if this is a 1, well, 3, 4, and 5 are going to be a whole lot higher. So just based off of that right there. Right, so here's the first algo target, just right here. So again, it's all hypothetical here, but here's the first target. That doesn't even look like it's going to be close to 100% of the length of the 1. So we know that the 100%, if that plays as a 1-2, and we don't know where the 2 comes in just yet, but we've got some juicy targets up here. Right? So here's the first target. Second, we know the 1618, if this is going to be a 1-2, and the 3, the 1618 is going to be up close to the -100. So you got a lot of blue sky up here, a lot of upside potential. So, that might get you, interested in looking for opportunities to find the entry here as this goes through this correction. Now, we don't know that it finishes in 5 waves, but it's certainly setting up that way. All the candidates are here. It's all there. So, the tell here is, can we come down here, get a pivot into a 4, and then come down one more time? Then we've got just textbook. Right? Couldn't be any better. 5-wave A, 3-wave subdivision into a B. We finish in 5 waves down for the C, go right into the high probability zone. We've got confluence, we've got geometry, we've got median line, we've got a channel, we got everything teed up there. That you wait for that. Those are the ones you wait for. So through all of this, right, we had to get a 5-wave here to confirm, and now we're just sitting here waiting. So when was that pivot here? That was on February 20th. So it's, you got to be patient. Sometimes no trade is the right trade. So if we get this down into this zone, that's a must take. Now that's not load up the truck and go heavy here, because if we're going up to these upper targets, there is so much opportunity to add. You don't need to load up here, but that's a great first entry with lots of opportunity to add should we be heading up to complete this as a 1, 2, 3. So too soon to really do anything here, right? The next bump will be, can we get some clarity here? Do we get a good third, pop up for the 4, and then roll down one more time? That would be ideal. That would be then you're comfortable here. It's right by the book. Then you're comfortable with that buy. Probably nothing until then, until we get more clarity on that. All right, guys, that's all I got there.